Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aireonna. I am at the Oakland airport getting ready to fly to Seattle to bring you my instant reaction to the game live from Lumen Field. But holy shit, we have breaking news. The 49ers had their final walkthrough today, Friday's practice. I told you yesterday after Thursday's big, long, actual full practice, not just like walkthrough, that Christian McCaffrey ended up being listed as limited. He started practice, he did the warm-ups, and then did not finish practice yesterday. Today, Kyle Shanahan talked after the walkthrough and after practice. Some reporters were being more hopeful. They were showing a video of Christian McCaffrey kind of hopping and stretching and warming up on the sideline. What ended up happening is he stretched and did rehab on the sideline with, warmed up on his own, which is normal, but then once the entire team comes out, normally he would join them. He did not. He continued to work out on the side field. After practice, Kyle Shanahan spoke about it. He said that Christian McCaffrey was limited yesterday. He was a full participant on Wednesday's practice, limited in Thursday's practice, and then did not participate. He was listed as worse than limited. He was listed as a full, did not participate today in Friday's practice. He is listed as questionable for the Seahawks game for week 1. We know how this goes with Christian McCaffrey. Unfortunately, it's a calf injury. Kyle Shanahan was asked about the bilateral Achilles tendonitis, to which he said that he's not a doctor. So that doesn't really inspire confidence that it's not actually his Achilles that is flaring up, which I think most people are assuming that it is. He did have a PCL injury after missing the majority of last season with that Achilles tendonitis. When he did come back, he ended up leaving and out for the rest of the season when he tore his PCL. A lot of times when you're returning from injury, you're putting a lot of weight on the bigger muscles that are around where you have that injury. So if he tore his PCL, that means a lot of extra strain on your quad and a lot of extra strain on your calf. So it's possible that it is a calf injury, but just a really bad calf tear. But it's also possible that it's that Achilles that they claimed was a calf all last year while he was, in Germany getting literally injections for his Achilles tendonitis, until they finally had to tell us that it was bilateral Achilles tendonitis. So could be a calf injury, could also be that Achilles. Either way, not looking good because he's rested all off season. He should be the most fresh that he's been. I was anxious. Tendonitis is a overuse injury, and kind of once it flares up, it's really hard to ever be able to go back to that level of physical activity again without re-aggravating it. You can definitely play football again if you have tendonitis. You can, if you're a normal person, you can work out and all that, but you can never fully ramp up to that same level of activity without triggering it, because it's an overuse injury. I used to run track in college and knew some people that had to stop running track because they got tendonitis. And it was one of those things where they could run, 50, 60 miles a month, but as soon as they got up to the 90, 100 miles, their body would just start breaking down again because they already had that tendonitis in it. They could be easily triggered and flared up. So if you've been watching my channel, I've been saying hey, I'm worried about later on during the season if Kyle doesn't use, Brian Robinson, Jordan James, Isaac Rendo, and doesn't use Christian in a tandem, and is just putting all that stress on Christian, I could see it flaring up again. I was not anticipating that it was going to flare up before week 1 even started. I mean, they've been 3 days on, 1 day off, all off season. Christian McCaffrey has gotten an additional rest day, a veteran rest day on top of that. So he's been 2 days off, 2 days on. Plenty of rest. Games haven't even began yet, so it's not an overuse thing. This is, unfortunately, his body is breaking down. These injuries were really bad. They were really serious. He had to go get experimental procedures done on them, and he's an aging old running back. I really hope that he ends up being healthy and he's, there for week 1. I don't want anyone to be injured, but the 49ers are not giving us any hope. The reporters were there with Kyle Shanahan, kind of asking him, it could be fine, and Kyle sounded pretty somber and pretty serious about it. I don't think this is, sportsmanship, gamesmanship, where they're trying to trick the Seahawks. It's possible that I'm wrong and Christian McCaffrey will be out there week 1 on Sunday in, 3 days, and everything will be fine, 2 days. But I don't know if I would bet on it. So prayers up to Christian McCaffrey, and I just wanted to bring you guys that breaking news since practice just ramped up. He was listed as did not participate today in Friday's practice, and he is listed as questionable for the game. I'm gonna go get on my plane to Seattle and then, hopefully be able to see Christian McCaffrey in the flesh and tell you how he sounds. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for that. I'll be going live after the game and then while I'm in Seattle. Bye guys.